And can I be real here? When the breath ain't doing right, no matter how much you brush, you know when it's kind of off or your skin is irritated, sometimes the center of it is actually your gut. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Nina, and today I'm coming with them life-changing tips on how I'm resetting and healing my gut, and also how I'm achieving a happier and healthier microbiome in my belly. Now, whether you've been feeling bloated, sluggish, or just plain know that your gut can use some work, I got you over here. And y'all, I love my sweet baby Hunter, okay? But since being pregnant and giving birth, the gut health ain't always helping. And our gut health happens to be the center of our well-being. It affects everything from our mood, energy levels, how we digest food, or even fight off diseases. But let's be real. Our diet and our lifestyle often throw it off all by itself, okay? Who can relate? Click like. So today I'm gonna guide you through some natural and effective ways to balance that gut health and get your life. And let me mention, y'all know I told y'all I ain't Jesus, I ain't Moses, I ain't Noah, I ain't none of them, okay? So if you having severe issues, make sure you go and see your doctor because we ain't working miracles here. But everything that I mentioned can be found down below in the description, and I definitely want to hear from y'all. What are some of the things you're doing with your gut health in order to feel your absolute best? And I also want to thank Mary Ruth's Organics for sponsoring today's video. Let's dive in. When I started to get real serious about my journey to healing my gut, I had to realize what the indicators of trouble actually were. And sometimes I realized I was attributing things to other stuff. And so when I was getting diarrhea or constipation, frequent infections or colds, even back-breaking gas or sluggishness, baby, that was the indicator that something was off. And a lot of times it wasn't attributed to something else. It was my actual gut. And can I be real here? When the breath ain't doing right, no matter how much you brush, you know when it's kind of off or your skin is irritated, sometimes the center of it is actually your gut. If your body can't break down the nutrients you're taking in and absorb them, then you're gonna have trouble. So when I notice these things happening, I know that my gut and literally my butt are in trouble. It also helps to know what your normal bowel function is. And I know that sounds weird and I know it sounds gross, but you should know yourself, okay? Write down how often those things are occurring. What is it looking like? What is it doing? How are you feeling? So that you can know what's off and what's regular for you. For example, I know whenever I get on any kind of medication, especially antibiotics, my whole microbiome, my whole belly system is off. So then when you fall outside of what you know is your norm, you can figure out what you're lacking or what your body needs less of. Before we even touch on what we're eating, we definitely have to address eating practices. And when I was 100 pounds heavier and even now, baby, I am so guilty of eating way too fast, as if the food is gonna grow legs and run away. Let me know if you can relate. Chewing your food thoroughly and eating more slowly totally could help with that digestive issues of the pain from gas as well as bloating. Not only that, but the body breaks down the nutrients better so that they can be better absorbed. And I also drink a lot of water before, during, and after my eating now. Water overall assists with the breakdown of food. And not only that, because it's flowing, no pun intended, it helps with cutting down on constipation. I've had to clean up my food and find out what I can eat, because I find out when we have gut health issues, a lot of times we're always talking about the things we have to limit ourselves to instead of what we can maximize. Because I find that when I don't have foods rich in probiotics and prebiotics and also fiber, you got me all the way stuffed up. And that means exactly what you think it does. Fiber helps to stimulate the growth and diversity of good bacteria in the gut. So for me, I try to eat foods that, include certain things. So sweet potatoes, spinach, carrots, beets, fruits, vegetables, multigrains, all of these things are rich sources of fiber. Prebiotics is a type of fiber that really does help with the promotion of probiotics in the gut, while probiotics are those live good bacteria that live in the gut. Now, some of the things that include high levels of it are like yogurt, some teas, kimchi, kombucha, as well as sauerkraut. But one of the things that I can successfully get it in is yogurt. And yogurt has a lot of protein. It has high level of those active cultures, depending on the type that you get. And I also like that it can help to boost the lactobacilli in my gut, which is going to help with things like diarrhea, digestion, and bloating and constipation, and keep them away and at bay. But I'm busy, and so are you. So I know a lot of times supplements are where it's at. And that's why I love the ones by Mary Ruth's Organics, who's bringing us today's video. And before I was ever sponsored by them, I showed y'all how I incorporated some of their products into my day because I really like them. And I also like that the owner and founder, Mary Ruth, is a certified health educator. She's a nutritional consultant as well as a culinary chef. Her liquid multivitamins are for the whole family, and they are Clean Label Project certified. From the nighttime liquid multi-mineral for sleep, bone health, and relaxation, and also my pre and postnatal gummies, I absolutely love their products. But here lately, I've fallen in love with the organic liquid probiotic. It's vegan, flavorless, and has a blend of 13 probiotic strands. And it may help to reduce occasional gas and bloating and digestive discomfort. And I love that it's for men, women, and children over the age of 1. And because it's flavorless and odorless, I like just adding it to my smoothie or beverage or having it by itself. So I got a question for you. Do you find your smoothies to be nasty and not very flavorful? Well, I feel like I'm gotten mine down to a T, so I got a recipe for you where I use the Mary Ruths. So here's my little gut health smoothie, a little protein powder of your choice, a banana, you can get it frozen if you like, some old-fashioned oats, plant-based yogurt, I prefer Greek yogurt, a plant-based milk or coconut water, peanut butter, chia or ground flax seeds, fresh ginger, turmeric, and black pepper, and then some spinach. And I also like to add in about 3 milliliters of the Mary Ruth's liquid probiotic. Blend that down. It comes to a nice smooth texture and consistency, especially because it's flavorless and odorless and oil-based. And when I put it all together, y'all, it is so delicious. I love this smoothie and it gets me going. What I notice is that I have a little bit more pep in my step, my energy levels are higher, and I'm getting the nutrients that my body needs. And of course, I got y'all on the good health hookup and everything else in between. Click my link below and use my code to get 20% off Mary Ruth's Organics products on Amazon and on Mary Ruth's website. And the offer works for new and existing customers. So daily, I have to remove foods that really are inflammatory for me. And click like if you know the foods that blow your gut all the way up. And then for others of us that just don't want to know, I know we don't, because we don't want to have to let go of our faves or have to stop eating them or reduce the amount that we eat them. And I get it, I am not perfect, but daily I've had to really make sure that certain things are out of my diet or at a reduced level, such as alcohol, processed foods, any refined sugars, as well as gluten. Many of these things don't have the nutrient density. So what they do is they get into the system, they cause a lot of bloatation and inflammation, and there goes the skin, there goes the hair, there goes the body. Everything that you can explain is coming from the gut. And y'all, I know better, because I've been a porcelain princess that's doubled over with the BGs. You just got to be real careful about what it is that you can and cannot have. And that's again where that law will come in knowing how certain foods set off your system or even other body things that you might not be able to explain. Believe it or not, y'all, stress and anxiety make a huge difference. As a person who has lived with anxiety most all of my life, I will tell y'all, all of that anxiety and stuff will tear your behind up. It will tear your whole body up. My stomach sometimes is in knots, and I have to make sure that I untie those. Your mental health is so important. So if there are things that set you off, if there are issues or triggers around you, be very cognizant of those. I even have to check myself daily. So besides going to therapy by any means possible, I go to therapy and have done that for 11 to 12 years now. Make sure that you are checking in on your mental health. Get a therapist, whether it's an electronic one or one that you go to in person, so that you're able to get those thoughts out to an unbiased person. Further, also writing down how you feel sometimes gets those things out of your head and onto paper, so it doesn't even make it to your gut. When that stuff gets to my gut, baby, my whole body gets thrown off. I'm talking about skin messed up, stomach messed up, bloating, can't fit nothing aside from all the other issues. So a lot of times I have to check in with myself first daily, because I can predict where my gut will be. If I know where my stress levels are, my anxiety levels are, and what I can do for them, I can usually ease my body overall, and that adds to better gut health. So y'all, I move my body every day and I prioritize sleep. Something that I realize is when my digestive muscles don't have the chance to be exercised or moved around, my body slows down. So the digestive system slows down, and then you get in all the gas and the bloatation and you're clothes ain't fitting right, your skin ain't right, everything is out of whack and off track, okay? So something that I try to do is move at least a little bit more than I did the day before. So if you're sedentary, just try to get a walk in or do something else, get some steps in. Right now I'm postpartum, so I work out mostly in the house right now. So I have a mini stepper. The mini stepper, I can do about 15 to 20 minutes a day, burn some good calories, get in some light weights as well as some heavier weights, and get my body moving. And I find that just that allows my body to be able to absorb nutrients better. My gut health is better, and I'm not feeling all over the place. And the same thing goes for like our metabolism and our circadian rhythms and our gut microbiome. If your body is not ready to absorb nutrients because it hasn't healed with sleep, then you're going to have issues with your digestive system. So you're going to have the slow system, you're going to have the bloatation and the gut problems. And I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. What that also does is it increases stress and cortisol. And as we know, that's going to send the system into a hold on to certain things that your body doesn't need. And it's going to send shockwaves through your body, which is not going to allow you to absorb nutrients. Also, when we're exhausted, we just don't have the opportunity to do the things that lead to better gut health. So naturally, you're not going to have the energy to be able to work out. You're not going to have the energy to be able to plan out your food or think about the things that your body needs the most. You're just going to be making a lot of decisions on a whim, which is going to lead to the horrible guts that I know I have experienced, and overall that's going to affect your health. Well, I hope today's video has been beneficial for y'all. I know I'm going through this journey of healing my gut, especially after so many body changes, hormonal changes, all those things that are going on with me. And I hope y'all have learned a lot here and have added a lot of your own processes and things that you're doing down below. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.